So continuing on our journey, today we would be learning about, we'll see how Kotlin is, and we will cover some basic types so that you can you can make UI in Kotlin, right? So basically first, why to use Kotlin? So our real goal is towards mobile development, right? So in 2017, Google basically in 2017 declared Kotlin as the official programming language for mobile development. Now also, why to use Kotlin is, again, code written in Java, right, is highly interpretable in Kotlin. So this is one more big advantage that we have, right? So by interpretable, what I mean is, so whenever you write a code, right, for example, this is Java code, okay, then we'll pass it through the JVM, and then we will generate something called as bytecode, right? So this bytecode, and once you have uh, a Kotlin bytecode, right? This both bytecodes are the same, right? So the one of the biggest advantage of using Java is it is system independent, right? So anything that this bytecode is what is will be executed at a very low level, right? So since this bytecode is easily yeah, what do you say? It is machine independent. So hence many enterprise application even today are developed on this system, right? This is one of the biggest advantage why we should use Java, right? Or why Java is still so famous. So even Kotlin, as I said, uh, it has very deep connection with Java, right? The bytecode produced in Kotlin and the bytecode produced in Java is the same. So before we had Kotlin, we used to use Java a lot, right? So that was one of the reasons why uh, Kotlin was termed as the official language, right? Um, now, so Kotlin is a modern, concise, safe programming language developed by JetBrains. Again, it was developed by JetBrains, which is creator of IntelliJ. Now it runs on JVM and is fully interoperable with Java, officially supported by Google for Android development, also for server-side web and multi-platform apps. The key points is it is null safe. Again, Java, you have this big thing, right, of null safe, null pointer exception. Then you have interoperable with Java, supports functional plus OOP. Now less boilerplate, modern features. Oh, and then we had some modern features, right? For example, you have coroutines and something else, right? So we would be doing our code on VS Code, right? So what we will do is we'll first open the Kotlin folder and we will try to write code as much as possible so that uh, I guess it was on desktop probably, yeah. And then let's go to extensions probably, and then yeah, do we have something for Kotlin? Do you have like an official extension for Kotlin available? So let's yeah, this is the official thing, right? Trust foundation. Always click for the and see the downloads as well as good, right? So now Let's go. So Kotlin, the files will be named as main.kt, right? So let's say this is, okay, let's say this is our first file. Okay. Now again, the entry point in Kotlin is going to be the main function, right? So we have to write this, and then so let's say print hello world, and then let's try. Oh wait, do we have the option to run this thing? Mm. So I already have installed JDK. Uh, we already have the Java development kit installed, right? So the way to, yeah, brew install. I have already. I have the compiler. Oh, let's see. Do I have this? I need that. Wait. Oh, wait. Got. So again, this is the same thing, right? But if I have JDK, then oh, we don't have. So we'll have to do bring install something like that. Let's have this thing installed over here. It's wait few minutes. Uh, yeah, it started. Let it complete. We'll see what this Java kit, what this jar and other files are. There's something like JDK which are just almost done. Already downloaded. This is the OS. Just give it 2-3 minutes more. Okay, so now let's just try running this thing. So as is main.kt, right? Restrict mode in Java language we call. Okay, let's try. Why was it not running? I have got the extension though. Okay, just let's add this thing. Specify part to the script file as first argument. There's something. Oh, I already have that. It's basically some path or something is not working, I guess. Okay. Uh, okay, let's do this compilation. Let's call the compiler. No. Also, rename the file to KTS is something which I can do. So it's main.kts. I have this. And now let's run this thing. Yeah, let's see this. Just a sec. This is still not working right. What to instead of running this, right, what you can do is you can, there is one more way. Google has officially, so there is an open playground if you are having any, wait, you can directly go here, I guess. Kotlin playground. Yeah, so this is the official playground. No need to download anything. Okay, so the entry point is always going to be in the main function. We'll see that later on, jar and other files. First, let's complete something. Wait. Was okay. So again, remember. Uh, yeah, so this is the first program, Hello World, that is running. So if I just want to, so there's no need to add colons. But then if you don't want next lines, you can use print. So this is like on the same line printing. Okay, now then is val and var, right? So remember, val is immutable, var is mutable. So for example, declaring variables, right? So for example, I can say, so this is like constant, right? This is 4.25 something, and then we have var. So var is for variable, val is like constant. So let's say, let's do print. And what if I try to update, right? So if I update to say, this should give me an error. Yeah, val cannot be reassigned. Assignment mismatch. Actual type is in, but double was expected. Overload, resolution, ambiguity between candidates. So this is the thing is, if it was a bigger type, probably it would have worked. Alright. And if I do 22.3, does overloading work here? Overload, resolution, ambiguity. Okay, actual type is double, but int was expected. Also, the higher type is taking precedence over here. This is something overloading which is happening over here. It's overloading something. So this val, because then the error which has come was actual type is double. It's taking this thing, and then it's expecting int. So Kotlin, like Java, supports function overloading. But if you call something that can match overloads, the compiler doesn't know. Okay, if you call, that's where you get overloaded resolution. There is, oh, this is more related to OP. We'll see later what is happening over here. Okay, for the time being, just make sure that you can't change val and var. So you can change var, you can't change val. For the time, that is pretty the summary, right? Right. Next thing that we have is basically arithmetic operators, right? So arithmetic operators are basically like star. You have all the arithmetic operations here, subtraction and probably mod as well. Yeah, divide and then mod. So these will be my arithmetic, like any other language. These come under arithmetic. The next thing that I have comparison. So then there is equal. Yeah, equal, not equals, and then less than, greater than equal to, all those. Okay. Now logical operators, right? So remember this is logical and so you have this is just like in any programming language you have it logical. So you have logical and logical or pipe probability, that is, and then logical not. Okay. The next we have is post and pre-decrement probably. So you have post decrement and then this is basically very much common in our other languages as well, right? uh, then okay, so what else? So then is basically if and conditionals. So if conditionals is like you use if else, right? So used for branching, works as expression. For example, you can do if statement here, and then this is all like this is basically general programming, I guess. You can have an else. There's nothing much to learn. This is all block. There is some special thing now when expression. So instead of switch, okay, you have if else like, and then you have, so here you have switch as well. So switch is basically uh, when there is a match, one condition is executed, right? So you can match, and then one the matching is executed. Okay. Then you have something called as exceptions. You have a try catch block, try catch, and finally um again you have try catch and then the finally block. Okay, how to create an array? So you do, for example, now is arrays. For example, if I am declaring an array, okay, now we are not we don't know whether this is a fixed, so this is an array of are these objects or what? We don't know that yet, right? Are arrays objects? Arrays object in Kotlin or how? Arrays are Kotlin objects, especially more Kotlin is represented by the array class, generally class. We'll see. So basically it's an object. Then this is the reference which is going there. Okay. Then you have something called as let's get rid of the C. Then you have loops. Again, you have first is for loop. You have something called as a range operator. So this is one. Do we have closed range operators over here? Yeah, while do while as well, but it's okay. Okay, then the thing you have is function, right? So the function you use function keyword. Then you have name of the function. Remember, what do you say? Kotlin is a type safe language. If the type inference can be made, then it's great. But then if it cannot make the inference, then it's better to give us the, then this is the type, and then we say what, this is name string, and then you mention the user here. Okay, and then we do whatever however you want. Normal functions, defined means function can have default parameters. This is a print I. The way to run this would be to call the function, right? This is much like any other. Well, cannot be reassigned. Oh yeah, it's yeah. Let's get rid of this part. Because this is not used, so it's okay. And there is something called as function overloading. That this is more of OOP, right? Then we have something called as an interface. Oh, this is again more towards OOP. This is okay. So this is the basic things, right? Basic programming thing that we won't need. Now so Kotlin is OOP, right? So do we have primitives in? Like, do we have primitives? Kotlin often looks like there's only objects, so this is confuses people a lot. From the language perspective, from the runtime, in double boolean are compiled into primitive JVM types, but are these objects? Because you get value cannot be overridden. You touched on a subtle. It is not a normal class you can inherit from. It is treated as a special inline type by the compiler. It maps directly to a JVM primitive. Because of this, it cannot be accessed. Performance. In Kotlin, int is a no, but when we did that, we were getting something right. Why can't you override, but you can't? Why you can't override, but can extend? Okay. Okay. Why val is not mutable? Is the question. Why it is not mutable? Val is read only reference like final. Where is variable, that is mutable reference. Why val? Now Kotlin was designed to be null safe and side effect safe. Having immutable values by default reduces bugs. When you declare val, the compiler ensures that the reference cannot be reassigned. This gives, but then we get another error, right? Related to overloading. What's that? In overload resolution ambiguity. Overload resolution ambiguity is happens when compiler can't design which to overload to use. Uh, but I did not do overloading. Why does the compiler do it? Like, why is the compiler doing overloading for free? So in Kotlin, you only wrote one function, but the compiler generates an extra overload for Java. Like, why do we get overloading resolution MB? Like, what is happening? Is it doing some sort of, when you call them, the compiler can't decide which one should be chosen. Now this is not in function but in var, and this error we are getting in values, right? This is not in now it generates these methods in JVM. When you declare val, Kotlin generates these methods in JVM for val name, where ambiguity comes from, property clashes. What is this? Kotlin properties are not fields, they are methods. Kotlin compiler does not store X and Y as raw fields like Java. Instead, it generates methods in bytecode. So why are we generating the methods? Why are we having that method itself? When you declare val name string, under the hood Kotlin compiles it to string. Oh, it creates a, Now this is something related to, specifically related to Kotlin. Oh, this is how Kotlin is getting converted to Java, something like that. Kotlin properties are not fields, they are methods. But then aren't these like variables? Something. Aren't these supposed to be variables? Like, but under the hood, Kotlin makes them into properties which are variables plus accessor methods. Now why does this happen? Why? This is really about Kotlin's design philosophy. Why didn't just Kotlin make Iron where like Java fields? Now, to unify fields plus not to declare a field and write a getter setter boilerplate. Spring Hibernate Kotlin's property model merges these two into one declaration. Umbra generates both. I don't know how it's hatching. I guess this is more related to how Kotlin is for cross-platform consistency on JVM properties, field plus methods. You can later change it into a complete property with custom logic without breaking corners. We have to deep dive into this. What's happening here? This is something. First, let's fix our VS Code so that something is done today. Now, if I run this, oh, I don't want to new terminal. I should have typed clear all, but that's okay. Let's fix this first. This is where OOP will be tested more, I guess. So I have, let's see, let's install. I guess we did the install. Kotlin is already ready to reinstall. I don't want to run. Okay, so let's see. Do I have got, so this is compiler probably. A restricted method in Java lang has been called. Oh, this is something which is. Oh, what is happening here? Okay. Undeprecated method has been called. Uh, Okay, so the exact command will be this. A terminally deprecated. Should be able to remove it, right? Okay. Uh, so if I remove it, then it should work, right? Kotlin hyphen. No, it's giving me some info here. The permanent. This is the permanent fix. He's saying. So to run it first, compile it, right, and then I have that jar file which is there. Oh, I got it. What is happening here? Okay. So you need to just run the jar file. This is the bytecode probably. Okay. I guess what is happening is first is yeah, we need to run that bytecode, right? So this is the Kotlin code, right? This is our Kotlin, and then this is getting converted to a bytecode, which is what we are going to run here. So that jar file is what we need to run. Now who is running this? JVM will take care of this. So this is what we need to do. So okay. Okay, so first we need to generate the jar file, which is the bytecode to be run on JVM, something like that, which is happening, I guess. Technically, it is that. So first is we write the KT file, then we turn it to a JVM bytecode. That bytecode can be packaged into two main ways. So dot class files, or a jar file. Jar is basically Java zip collection of Java files. Java. So basically, remember if it's a Java program, right? So after compilation, what you get is a class file. So you have a dot class file, right? And this is like a dot Java. So this is, so if I say jar is basically, so jar stands for Java archive something. Java Java archives, right? I guess which is a collection of this file itself. Java archive. So what is this Java archive? This is nothing but uh, this is zipped collection of uh, dot class files. So ultimately it's this file, that dot class file, that we will run, right? Okay, so basically yeah, so that caught link is ignore the errors. That when I do that link, right, that basically is, I guess, some sort of uh, compiler probably, which is was. So I guess this is some sort of control X. So let's add it to it. Or if it's not, then kill the terminal itself. So you do wait, okay, clear up, and then there is something called as got link, right? And then do hyphen something called as version. So it is yeah, it is going to give me this version. So you have this Kotlin hyphen. Yeah, right now we are not restricted with this. So how to okay, just do Kotlin and then uh, warning. We have got a warning. Java a restricted method is called access is enabled. Okay, what if I get rid of this jar file itself? Now I don't have the jar file, right? So now what? If you want to compile, okay, how to generate? Okay, to generate this jar file is this thing. You know, it's main. This is going to generate main.kt. Restricted error, no source files. Oh, okay, it's what did I run there? Wait, Kotlin main.kts. Oh, it has to be link something like that, I believe. You can do this as, so this C stands for compile, and then do generate. So now we should somewhere have that. No, the jar file is not getting generated. Is what I'm trying. Oh, what if I rename this as main.kt? Creating a jar file from. To generate that is what? Oh, so to okay, you have to use this thing now to generate that. This kotlin main.kt, and then include runtime main.jar. And this is what. So then this, yeah. So the jar is there now, and now I need to run the jar. So Java hyphen main.jar. This is like running a normal Java file. Okay. The first is you, and we make sure that we have the runtime being present here. What if we what if we don't want to include? What if you want to directly just run it? the Java jar. I'll have to convert that thing into some sort of bytecode. So Quat, uh, Kotlin C is for compilation, I guess. There's some sort of compilation which is happening over there, I feel. The C in Kotlin stands for compiler. Kotlin is the runner launcher, executes compiled bytecode or KTS scripts. Or then you can have this as a script and then just run directly. If I do that, then what? So if I do Kotlin dot, this is a script file. Warning, restricted method. A class path entry points to a non-existent location. What's so? This is the error I need to. What is this happening now? This is something related to I'm not in the current directory or something. But code link with the class path. No. Okay, you can have this KTS as well. So that's let's just this be like KT only, and then generate the main jar. Once you have that, make sure you're including that runtime because this is what is that is what is the Java JVM going to run. Okay, so yeah, I guess that is all for this session. I hope you guys liked it. We'll see how Kotlin further relates to Java. So that first we'll see a little bit of OP concepts because I feel this is a high time that OP is what is going to cause a problem. So I guess yeah, that is all for this session. I hope you guys liked it. I will see you guys in another one. Till that time, take care. Bye bye.